Hey, so my dad just turned 60 yesterday. It's pretty cool. We took him out to dinner, and it was a good time. Good stuff. I was thinking about something that I've really been practicing a lot in my life, and I think that it would really be beneficial to talk about it because I don't think we say things that we need to say and that are important enough to the people that are still inside of our lives. One of the things that I really try to practice is telling, family members, friends, people who are in my life that I appreciate them and that I respect them. Or whatever it is that's on my mind or my heart to say to them, or that I think about them. And one of the things that I do pretty regularly with my dad is tell him how much he means to me. Tell him what I think about him. Sometimes it's kind of hilarious because I give him a lot of shit. But most of the time, especially in times like his 60th birthday, what I really do is I make him a nice card, tell him that he's taught me how to be a better dad, that he pushes me every day to be a better man, and that really at the end of the day, of all the people in my life that are heroes, and I do have a lot of heroes, whether it's people who are just grinding in their business every day like I was and still do sometimes, who are just trying to make that first dollar, that's a hero to me. Or whether it's somebody who's just crawling off of the streets trying to get clean, right? Maybe homeless and addicted, going through that struggle like I was, right? I went through that almost 8 years ago. Those are all heroes to me. Out of all those people, in my family is a hero as well. I mean, my girls are heroes. My dad's probably the biggest one. And so many people, I think, live their lives and never express that, and never tell people who they love and who they have these feelings towards, how they feel about them. And then all of a sudden, maybe, just maybe, like when somebody's on their deathbed, you're like, man, you're my hero. And it's like, shit, I wish you would have told me that 10 years ago. It would have really made me have an awesome day. We wait. And we don't say things that would really enhance and improve somebody's life. And at the end of the day, what's really cool is when we give this like verbal currency, because that's kind of what it is. It's a little bit of a verbal currency, right? When we don't give this verbal currency, we're also robbing ourselves of really powerful feelings that we get from it too. I mean, I'm always somebody who likes to validate and edify people. Whether it's somebody who's in my business or whether it's somebody who's in my family, my kid, my wife. I like to validate and edify them to make them feel good about themselves and let them know that I feel good about them too. Sometimes we just don't do that. And we not only rob other people of the rewards, but we also are robbing ourselves of those rewards too, right? So, anyways, we had an awesome dinner. I took him to Ruth Chris. Now, I've done some cool stuff with my dad. Seriously, and my dad was somebody who took me off of the streets. When I, was homeless for years, I came and knocked on my dad's door and asked him if he would help me save my life. And what that ended up looking like was me sleeping on his couch for a matter of several months until I bought my own bed, and then we slept in the same room together because he had a studio 1-bedroom apartment. And obviously I didn't have any money then. He's been a blue-collar construction worker all my life. And he would take me to his construction jobs and pay me out of his paycheck. And it was just really, I look back on it, and it was a powerful time in both of our lives. Over the course of the last couple of years, I've been able to do some cool stuff for him. Not only do stuff like we did last night, like take him to Ruth Chris and have $150 dinner individually, right? If you've been to Ruth Chris, it's like $300 a piece minimum. And that's if you're not drinking. And so I remember a couple of years ago, I took him skiing, right? And we went snow skiing. Now, I had never been skiing before. One of the coolest things, though, that I remember about that vacation was we were up in the airport we were like in a connection. And for me, I like massages. There was a time in my life that I was getting massages like 3 or 4 times a week. I don't do that anymore. But this was like during that period of time. And I remember we went into this massage, whatever, like massage envy place in the airport. And like, I remember looking at him and he was like acting weird and uncomfortable. And I was like, what's wrong? I was like, dude, are you all right? And he's like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm like, have you ever had a massage before? He's like, no, I've never had a massage. I'm like, what? I'm like, you've never had a massage before. So, even though it was like a 20-minute, just, quick little, like, you don't even lay down in the bed. You just kneel down on those little massage chairs. It was still cool because, that was his first massage ever. Massage. Another cool thing that we did was my wife and I got up one day, 6 months ago or so. My dad was driving around this blue truck. I call it the Blue Beast. And we heard him say something one day. I'm going to take a commercial break here and drink my Dunkin' Donuts. We heard him say one day, man, it'd really be nice to have a new truck. And I didn't even hear him say that. But I had drove around with him in this truck for years. Because when we were working construction, when he was taking me to work when I first got clean and I was, trying to get off the streets, that was the truck. He's had that truck for like 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, something like that. So I know that truck very intimately. It is a Blue Beast, and he has replaced almost every part on that truck. I've watched him work on it over and over and over again for the last 10 years. And he never wanted, like, he liked that truck. So it wasn't like it was a problem for him. It's not like he's had a bad life or something. But 6 months ago, my wife overheard him saying something about, boy, it'd really be nice to have a nice truck, a new truck. And so we got up the next day and we went to the dealership and we bought him a truck. And we went and delivered it to him and surprised him, and he literally almost cried. He did cry. He was acting, his reaction was priceless. My daughter got it all on film. The video is floating around the internet somewhere. It was just priceless. It was so cool. And people ask me, Dave, not a whole lot of people ask me why I do what I do with all this entrepreneur stuff. But a lot of them I can tell, even to this day, people scratch their head, especially when I was starting out. And they were like, why are you taking all of this time? Why are you missing social events? Why are you, sacrificing all of these things that you're sacrificing, that we know that it takes to build a business, to be an entrepreneur? People didn't understand it back 6-7 years ago when I really got serious about doing this. They didn't understand it. They do now. Happy 60, Dad. Love you, man. If you find this video on the internet. I sent him a video the other day, and he said, I'm all pumped up. I feel motivated. Because I sent him a little video via text message. But say the things that you mean and that matter to the people that matter to you. Don't wait to say them. Don't wait to let people know how you feel about them. If you don't, they'll be happier. And you will too. See ya.